Good afternoon, everybody. I think I see Linda is on.
Good afternoon. How are you?
We're doing well, Linda. Welcome to Let's Talk NMB, which is an opportunity for us to get together and to talk about how it is that as a city we are operating in COVID-19. Actually, this has become just a real nice lunchtime chat for us to get to know things about each other and what roles they're doing and the things that we're doing as a community. And we I'm very happy that you're here to tell us a little bit about who you do, because earlier on we were talking about Ketley and her superstar status, but I think you probably deserve the cake for being a superstar, having that superstar status because of everything that you do for our PAL program. I want to welcome, I see the mayor, Mayor DiFilippo, and I see Commissioner Smuckler on the line. I don't know that I'm seeing anyone else, but I'm sure others will join us as time goes by. But Linda, welcome to our forum, and just tell us a little bit, what is PAL? And tell us a little bit more about our PAL program.
Okay, PAL, and good evening and good afternoon, everyone. It's been quite interesting couple of months, but it's all been well. One of the things that we want to let people know about PAL is the oldest and the largest crime prevention program in the United States, and becoming within internationally as well. We feature not only academics, but also sportsmanship and all sports. Depending on the geographic areas that you work in, I am happy to say that I've been with PAL since 1995 at the City of Miami Police Department, and I've held the board of directors as the executive director for the state of Florida since about 2010. So now we've started also the PAL in PALs of South Florida, where I hold the title of executive director and work with PALs covering in the state of Florida from Key West to West Palm Beach. And our goal is to do whatever we can to assist children in succeeding and letting them know that they have an opportunity that surpasses any of their imagination, to try and to understand that we are here for them. We believe in filling playgrounds. We're going to either get them. I have someone in the background.
Who is that?
That is our lovely chief of police.
Oh, Zoom bombing you?
Zoom bombing, yes, which is perfectly fine, because this is what we do so that we can make sure that we keep those entwined attitudes when we deal with our kids. And also with Detective Q, that he's being photobombed by Deputy Chief.
Oh. Mute that.
So
okay.
we not only
goodbye, Chief and Deputy Chief. Yes, Linda, go ahead.
Wow. Okay, that's one of the toys that we have for a kid that may need some cheering up, but then the chief is playing with it right now. But we also, I hold the office of second vice president in the national level for PAL, and we work with children internationally and nationally.
Is it we who hold that title, or is it Linda Roberts?
Well, it's Linda Roberts that hold that title, but I could not do any of this without the support of the chief of police, without the support of the city manager, without the support of the mayors and the commissioners. We cannot do this without additional support and sponsorships and partnerships, especially partnerships. During this time of our uncertainties, during the pandemic, we have reached out to our youth on a weekly basis. We have reached out to their parents, making sure that there's not a need for anything that they may not have. We've also made sure that we understand and know each areas of where they can also receive assistance, whether it's food or whether it's clothing or whether it's just somebody to talk to. our national office CEO, we've made a live call, bringing in guests to speak with our children every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Tonight, we will have NBA player Steph Curry to speak with our children tonight, and engaging in them. And that's what we're doing through the national, so that our children would know that we haven't left them because of this uncertainty. Right. We're still here. We're doing everything that we can to communicate with them. We have Q that's going to be doing Zoom calls. We do Zoom calls with our youth that are our leaders in PAL. So we're trying to make sure that we stay in contact, not only with our older kids, but our smaller kids. And we do that through email. We do that through phone calls. We do that by drive-by waves and everything so our kids know that we're still there. Just because you're not here, making sure that they're doing their work in school, that's important. Their education is very, very important. And
it's
that's
also
one
important.
Of the things.
Yeah, and it's also important because you just don't want them to have the feeling as if they're left behind.
Exactly.
So it's great that we continue to do these things, but are we doing, you said we're using emails, we're doing telephone calls, we're doing Zoom calls. So we are staying in touch.
Staying in touch is the key right now, because there's a lot of downtime, and there's downtime to get in bad things.
Yes.
And if they can see me, they can see Detective Q, they can see Detective Mann, Detective Moore, they can see the officers that they work with, Winchester, those people that they know that, especially during this time, which was football and cheer season, they can see those coaches. Yes. Nikki Wright, they can see this, the Renee, they can see these Detective Bakers, they can see these officers still in their lives, and they can understand that we're still here, and we've not forgotten about them.
Yes. Talking about that, as you mentioned, Detectives Mann and James, I know that their time being officers with us is shortly coming to an end.
And I'm pleading on something that can happen for them to stay aboard. They've been doing this even before PAL was existing in North Miami Beach. And they know the families. They have parents that they raised as children.
Yes.
That they're now raising, coaching their children.
Yes.
The plead is on. That can save ways and time and money and everything for everything that we do here in PAL, for those officers to stay aboard. What Detective Q is doing, and making sure that he's in the faces of these kids. He's the go-to person with the showboat of everything that we have for PAL, making sure that things that kids like to see, and letting them know that they're a person just like them. They're not just an officer, but they want to see them do well. They want to see them laugh. They want to see them stay in school. They want to see them for one of the
Did we just lose Linda? Okay.
A mentorship.
Q, can you step in for her? There you go.
I was just about to do that, but Linda's back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Linda,
so
we lost you for a little while, so we're going to ask Q. We're going to deputize Q, but you're back.
Okay. I was mentioning about one of the children that we would have lost to the streets, and we knew that, and we spoke with the parent, and we spoke with them as 10 brothers and sisters, and he made the 11th one. But we partnered with Boys Town, and they accepted him. The parents accepted him. Then he called me and said, "I'm ready to move." So we sent that child away to Boys Town last year, June. Next month will be 1 year. He has turned his life around.
Beautiful.
Turned his life around. He will be there for the next 3 years until he graduates from high school. Free to the parent.
And he reached out to us, and has already acknowledged that. I'm pretty sure there are other stories like this, right, Linda?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of stories like this. A lot of kids reaching out that they're getting involved into things, especially through the internet. Especially through the internet.
What is the major need within the PAL program right now? What is it?
Our major need is continue. I don't want to put them in a category of 1, 2, and 3, because all of them are just as equally as important. But if we had a building that we can house all the kids together at one time, if we
Yeah.
had additional transportation, and we can't do that without funding, 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 and funding. We cannot do it without funding. It's
Yeah.
very difficult. Q and I and a number of people go out and we make sure that we stay in contact with people that have given us this funding and given us opportunities for our children that we want to continue to do, even if it takes sometimes 16 and 17 hours in a day. If we can reach out to those partners and partners that have been coming in to see exactly what we do in our building that we have, we can't use the building right now because of um, the windows are,
This
you can't
then.
lift them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have air. So we can't bring kids in there at this particular time. We need things that will benefit not only our children, but the parents' needs as well as bringing in people like yourself, just to say, listen, let me talk to some of the kids on this particular day at our PAL Center. You know, seeing other people from their own community that has become stars in their eyes,
Just tell
and
me
knowing
when.
that they can do the same
Just
thing.
just just tell us when, and I'm pretty
Yes.
sure that whether it's me, whether it's someone who is in any other leadership position here, and of course our mayor and commission, whenever you need us, just let us know. We'll be happy to be there, because I must commend you. Talk about funding. I must commend our mayor and commission, because it was last year that we walked the halls of Tallahassee seeking to get funding. Among the legislative priorities, we had our PAL program in there, and yes, we were vetoed at the end. But guess
At
what?
the very end.
We at the very, very,
At the
very end.
very, very end.
But
Yes.
guess what? They're back at it and saying we still need that, because it was well received by all of our representatives there in
Yes.
Tallahassee that the funding is needed.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your partnerships.
My partnerships, some of the great partnerships that we have. Of course, one will be the Miami Dolphins at Football Unites, has given our children an opportunity to engage in different cultures and learning about those cultures. And when we take these children out of school to be a part of those things, one thing that we at the police department, North Miami Beach, mandates from our children, and we do it, they have to write a report on what they've learned for that day, and the report goes to us and it goes to their school. So we don't want the school to ever think that they're just getting out of school just to get out of school. No, they're studying and they have to write something on it in order to say that I was taken out of school to be a part of this, but this is what I learned from it. Some of the other partners will be the Greater Miami, Miami Beach Police Foundation, that has been a great partner with us. We've partnered with churches and other organizations. We partner with all the PALs of South Florida. When, depending upon the area of the PAL and the funding sources, if we don't have it and another PAL have it, they'll partner with us and make
Yes.
sure that we get what we need. And those are things we want to partner with. I can't say enough about our parks department in working with PAL and the Police Athletic League and making sure that what we do and how we do it is done to the best ability and with perfection, so that the kids can feel safe.
Right.
And I just can't say enough for the police department.
Listen, um, it takes a village, as well said. And I
Absolutely.
know that we are all on board with our PAL program. We're quite proud of them. I mean, I hear our mayor and commission, they were there when we opened up that building. I just wanted to maybe just ask anyone out there who's watching if they had some questions of you, because we know that 30 minutes goes by like this.
Yes, absolutely. And it will cut you off.
Yeah, I think I see the mayor.
Thank you, manager, and thank you again, Linda, Q, and everybody in PAL for everything you do. I just wanted to ask you, how are we working it out right now during this time of crisis, in helping the kids that are in the streets? Or how are we communicating with them? Is there a gap? And And when do you see us being able to maybe migrate together in social distancing, but being able to again come back as mentors and people who can advocate and speak on behalf of these children and help them really come back to normalcy. How do you see that evolving moving forward?
Well, with all the distancing, and we have not stopped being mentors.
Mhm.
We reach out to these children by phone calls. We reach out to them about Zoom. We reach out to them with emails. And not only them, we speak with their parents. Is there anything that you think that you need us to do in order to make sure that that child knows that we're still here? We're still worried about them. We're still concerned of what they're doing, making sure that they're turning in their homework, making sure that they're signing on every day. Zoom calls, we had a Zoom call last night where we had people to volunteer to come in and teach our leadership skills. That went very, very well, and it's a combination of PALS of South Florida. Like I said, from Key West to West Palm Beach, these PALS are joining forces to keep these kids involved. If I don't have something this week, City of Miami might have something that they invite all our children to, exercising and everything, and making sure that they know we are here. We have not forgotten about them, and we won't forget about them. Where I see us coming together, and we don't know the uncertainties of what the city is going to hold. We don't know if there's going to be a possibility where they meet together all together again. This is why it's very, very important that we keep these numbers, we keep these emails, we keep the Zoom calls going. We know it's a 30-minute time limit, but we have to do whatever we need to do in order to keep it going. Girls, boys separate, girls, boys together. Whatever we need to do, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And I think I see Commissioner Smuckler's hand.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Good question.
Okay, so hi everyone. So I just want to say that I loved the rapport you guys were having there with each other before. And can I get a job there? Because that looks like it's fun.
Absolutely. It's not a job, but everything is a volunteer basis, Commissioner. So we would love to have you. You've always been there. We love you for you to continue to be there. It's just been amazing with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But speaking of volunteers, I actually got a text from one of our residents yesterday asking if his son can maybe get an unpaid internship in the city. And I said, I don't know, because of I asked him to reach out to HR. But now I'm thinking, is there something he can do for PAL?
It depends upon what his abilities are. Right now, there's no contact with the kids, and we are working on to better our website. So if he have any insights on website that he can volunteer and do some things with, and maybe have be checked out and make sure that he can come here. Q does all of that. If we have somebody that want to come and do a volunteer, everybody has to have a background check. Everything has to happen. We're in the police department. So, and how old is he?
He's I think he's probably college age, and I think he's the father had sent me a text of all the things that he's done in the last few years. So he sounds like he's into the volunteer work. So he also was in the National Guard in Vermont.
Oh, this is great. And one thing that we hold together as we work for PALS of South Florida, as me being the executive director for PALS of South Florida, of course they reach out to me and say, listen, I may have a position. Do you know anybody that can use a position, 40 hours a week, stuff like that? That would be great if I can give his name if the position hasn't been taken, because this is like a week ago. So we look for those things as well, and we help each other out. It's in Davie. It's for Davie PAL. They pay. We don't have the ability to do that because we don't have the funding for that. So, but volunteering, yes. But if we, like Davie, if they have not, as long as they have some type of background on sports and everything like that, and by him being in the Coast Guard, I mean, will be ideal, and it's a 40-hour a week. So all I need is his name and some information about him.
Okay, he's 21 years old. He's a senior cadet at Norwich University. He's at the Vermont National Guard. He can't drill right now because he's a no-fly order. So I think he's good. I think he'll fit at least clearance.
At least for a
Uh-huh.
little
What
while.
you do, your people will call your people. Call your
Yes.
people.
Call me.
In other words, get me the number. We do it. I think we're down to about 5 minutes right now.
Okay.
I wanted to. I think Ketley had their hand up. Good question, Commissioner. Yes, good contact, Ketley. You have to unmute.
Yeah, that is good. Good afternoon, everyone. You know, I love the POWER program, and I even love the way they go about raising funds for the POWER program. You understand what I'm talking about, right? I have been waiting, Q. My girlfriends and I, we've been waiting on a particular information.
Where's it going, Ketley?
Listen, don't worry about it. We're raising funds. That's all.
Just know that I'm working on it.
Raising funds. Okay, we're raising funds. The calendar.
Well, let me in on it too.
Yes. Okay.
You already know, Linda.
Yes. We're waiting and we're ready to go. We got our money. Okay.
Listen, there, good one, Ketley. I've got some quick questions here. That's real quick because remember we're probably down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds now.
Okay.
How many kids are in the program, or what is the age groups?
Our stop time for the kids, we just did another, right before the pandemic, we did another open house for our children, and we average about 369, 370 kids in the PAL program. We go up and down because now we're losing some kids to graduation, but we're gaining other kids. And
yes.
Note that a lot of kids that are in the PAL program, not a lot, because the majority of the kids come from every area of North Miami Beach, but we do have some kids that come outside of North Miami Beach because their parents work in North Miami Beach.
I know the accolades have been a lot for our PAL program, because one thing we didn't state is that in the recent 2020 Law Enforcement Officer Awards, we took home the award for Leo Safety Award.
Yes.
Yes. How does that make us feel? Okay, no, I see the claps there, and it makes us proud as well, because in addition to that, I think our police department swept all of the awards in which they entered. Staff feels well about it. I'll tell you this, Linda, whenever you're ready, I am obligating all of our staff to be there whenever you need us. And
absolutely.
Actually, if you had told me, I know you wouldn't have gone for Steph Curry if you had me, because probably been a Steph Curry. But
I mean, it's just been amazing because we've had Miss America on there to speak with the kids, and we've had so many things, and that's through the CEO, Jeff Hood, that's making these connections with these different people that we even had, I think of the name of the show, Geronimo, whatever, but those people, it's amazing what the CEO is doing, and we're just grateful for our kids to be even open to those things.
Great. If Edena is on now, is Edena is on? I'd like to turn it over. Is Edena? Did she make it on? Edena, you want to say a little to us about our census?
You want to know the percentage?
I know what it is, but I wanted to.
We have hit. Oh, I am very excited, Manager. I am very excited. We have hit 51%, and we have changed colors.
Yes, right.
Usually being blue is not a good thing, but when it comes, yes, when it comes to census numbers, we're light blue, and we want to get to deep navy blue. So we're made it to 51%, and we're celebrating.
Next up is purple.
Thank you, everyone, for, it's everyone's participation. Also, I'm putting it out on Facebook and
spread the word. Good job. Good job,
NMB colors. Good job. We went from orange to blue.
Yes.
NMB.
Yes.
Right. and the mayor and I are celebrating it with our shirts today. And Jan with her with her face mask, celebrating the light blue today.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, yes. And Commissioner, yeah, we all are celebrating the light blue today. But there's much more work to be done. Thanks to everything that the Census Committee does. And Linda and Q, thank you so much for everything you do for our community. The kids will long remember this. I'm sure you have a lot of success stories we can talk about kids who have just come back and said, thank you very much.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we just have 30 minutes, but we're going to hear the rest of the story at another time. Everyone,
thank you so much.
Have a great day. Be safe. And thanks for sharing that with us today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Awesome work. Awesome work.
Yes. Thank you, Trish.
Great job, Linda.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you to the PAL program
I
for
will.
protecting our children.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Trish.